Go ahead and get. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the very first of our Workplace Alliance webinars, or virtual lunch and learns, as we want to call these. This one is going to be an exciting opportunity to share with you all the things we have in store for you as impact partners and members of our impact partner ERG, BRG, and Affinity groups for the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. My name is Ryan Wilson. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the new Director of Corporate Relations for the Chamber. Um, Before I turn it over to my co-presenter, though, let me just do a little bit of foreshadowing of what our agenda is going to be today. It's our goal to highlight all the offerings that the LGBTQ plus Workplace Alliance offers our members, overview some of the calendar of events we have coming up, and hopefully leave you inspired to get more involved in the chamber. If you have any questions along the way, please feel free to drop them in the chat, and we'll answer them at the end of our slides. So now it's my pleasure to introduce the Chamber's co-founder, president, and CEO, Tammy Wallace, to introduce herself.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that introduction. It's great to see so many people on the call today. As Ryan mentioned, I'm one of the co-founders and the president and CEO. My pronouns are she, her, hers. This is a big day, as I was sharing with Ryan earlier. This is a big day for us to launch the Lunch and Learns through the chamber. This is additional support that we're offering for our impact partners. And we're very, very excited to bring these Lunch and Learns throughout the year with Ryan joining us. This is going to be a phenomenal program that we are going to be growing both in 2024 and beyond. But before we get into the Workplace Alliance, which Ryan is going to really do a deep dive on, I just want to share, we have some individuals that are not their companies are not part of the chamber on with us. Some of you may be new, even though your company has been with us for a while. So just want to tell you a little bit about the chamber. We launched in 2016. We are almost 500 members strong. We focus on, as you can imagine, like any chamber of commerce, we are definitely working with small businesses. I like to say we are on the ground helping them, but we are also working with impact partners like your companies, and more specifically supporting initiatives such as your employee resource groups, supplier diversity, government relations. We work with companies in a variety of ways. And then, of course, our work is even broader when you think about what we do for community, whether that's through our chamber holiday and food drive that we have done annually, or through some of the other events like the LGBTQ plus History Month event. Our chamber is very much, as we like to say, at the intersection of business and the LGBTQ plus community. And with that, it puts us in a very unique position to advocate on behalf of our community, not only in the city, but across the region, because we are technically a regional chamber. And it's also a huge responsibility that falls on our shoulders to do the important work to move LGBTQ plus economic inclusion forward. So we couldn't be more excited about our work ahead as we're getting ready to celebrate 8 years. We're very much looking forward to growing not only our work, but more specifically, this program with the Workplace Alliance. And Ryan, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Tammy. And the important thing about the Workplace Alliance that we are really excited about is it's going to create a real hub of activity for our impact partners. Hopefully, we can show you how to maximize your membership in the chamber. And we are focusing predominantly on the Pride and LGBTQ ERG, BRG, or affinity groups, but there will be opportunities where some of our content and programming might be of use to the other ERGs within your company. We realize that the intersectional nature of our community means that sometimes communities of color could be a part of the LGBT community and maybe the Black ERG or the Asian ERG within your company. And so we want to create ways that we can create connectivity with those ERGs. And beyond the ERG groups, and the BRG groups. We also want to create opportunities for your supplier diversity folks, your DEI staff within your organization, um, or even your executive sponsors of your groups to be able to come and participate in the hub of activity that we have for the Workplace Alliance. So the Workplace Alliance is really, like I said, a hub to create um, really shared learning, shared knowledge, best practices. As we say here, we don't want to be just checking off boxes. We really truly want to help companies grow their inclusion initiatives to really create a sense of belonging for folks. That should also lead to a deeper connection to the community. That's part of how the chamber has our nonprofit partners, our small business partners. Um, we also want to create best practices so companies can increase their internal policies and make life better for their employees on campus, but then also grow their efforts to make life better for employees when they leave campus and are part of the greater Houston area or beyond. Um, and we really want to create networking opportunities so folks can get to know each other and then not feel quite as isolated within your own company, but also realize you're a part of the greater fabric of Houston. So who can participate? It's really focused on the ERG, BRG, and affinity groups in the private and public sector. So we're hopeful that not just those who are in leadership, but those who are members of these groups can take advantage of the various offerings the Chamber offers, both in person and virtual, like today. There are events that the Chamber offers that do have a limit to the number of attendees that can attend complimentary. So for those events, if you have more than the limit that want to be active and participate, we welcome that. The Chamber can work with you to bill separately for the additional folks that might want to join some of those events throughout the year, just to make sure we cover the costs of the event. And that way we can get as many people coming as you would like to participate. So let me just talk a little bit more about the Workplace Alliance and the spheres of impact that we hope we will have through this program. We believe that the information sharing and the growth that we can bring together through learning, through networking, can really have an impact on Houston, the country, and beyond. We have partners that are connected to other countries with their ERG groups. So we want to do as much as we can locally, obviously, but we recognize that what comes through Houston as a hub can be impactful elsewhere. So our first spheres of impact are connect and network. Connecting is what happens every day at the chamber. Whether it's sharing business cards, getting to know folks, the connections that can be made, an ERG using a small business owner for one of their events. Those are all kinds of opportunities that just naturally happen, but the chamber is really intended to be that connector. As Tammy says, we sit at the intersection of business and community, and we really feel like it's our role to be that connector for folks. Networking is obviously going to be a part of it, so we will have social events like having everyone come to drag bingo at Eureka Heights or other social events throughout the year. Hopefully through our events like the Lambda Next Gen, young professionals can get connected with each other. Those groups will have events throughout the year. Maybe it's a pride night at a arts place like the ballet or the opera or the symphony, or maybe it's sports events like the Dynamo Dash or the Astros here in Houston. But all those networking opportunities are really going to be a place to grow connectivity. Secondly is our sharing and learning. So once folks are connected together, we hope that there will be just natural best practice sharing. If you're an ERG or BRG leader struggling with something and you just want to ask another leader, like, how did you all handle attendance problems? Or, our workforce is 24/7. How do you do events that really helps reach them? We have hourly workers that aren't at a desk. How do you connect with them? Those types of best practice sharings we hope will just naturally happen, but then we're also going to foster those sharing through our LGBTQ plus leadership roundtables, which will happen every 2 months. And I'll talk a little bit more about those. Really just kind of create better growth for everybody, whether you're a strong ERG or a new one starting out, there's always opportunity for growth. And then the Chamber is going to continue to offer virtual learning opportunities like today, which we hope folks will take advantage of and share this out to other folks in your companies because this is one way that folks that aren't based in Houston can still take advantage of what the chamber offers. And this can be a supplement to your own professional development offerings that your company has or that your ERG might have scheduled. Next month, for example, we'll be having a topic about transgender allyship and awareness in the workplace. That's a great thing to share with other ERG leaders outside of your own ERG as well. And then we are excited about some other in-person learning I'll talk about later. The other ways that we engage in our impact is through the internal policy work. You know, the Human Rights Campaign puts out the Corporate Equality Index every year, and that score that many companies pay attention to as far as how inclusive are they in their workplace. There are some best practices that follow those scoring criteria that we think every company should take a look at and see, like, how are our non-discrimination policies? What are our healthcare benefits? How do we treat our employees and help grow belonging for them? We want to be a facilitator of like finding research out there, connecting you to experts in the field so that you can work with them. And we also know that companies are impactful in local corporate citizenship. And so, you know, whether it's your company's government affairs folks, or you yourself coming to Austin and participating in our lobby day that we join other chambers around the state to do in Austin every session. Or maybe you are interested in joining a local board or committee here in the Houston area. We can connect you to those ways to make a difference in the community beyond the walls of, or the campuses where you work. And then the last thing is service. So we know a lot of ERG groups and BRG groups have service goals that their companies have given them. And the good thing is there's a lot of nonprofit partners in the chamber who are looking for service opportunities and want to partner with companies. But not every time does folks know how to find those. So the chamber wants to be that connector to help connect you to those things. And we're also going to offer our own service opportunities, which I'll talk about in a second. So if you want to take your phone and grab the screenshot of the QR code on the screen. Also, I think we're going to drop the link in the chat, but the chamber has a calendar of events. We're constantly updating it. So check back often, bookmark that link. We have a lot of things that are either already on the calendar or going to be on the calendar very soon. And I want to run through a couple of those things for you right now. The first one coming up just next month is the Walk to End HIV, the 35th annual, if you can believe it, here in Houston. Our nonprofit partner, Allies in Hope, is hosting that event. And we're encouraging all the chamber ERG groups to sign up either as a group yourself. It's a good opportunity for you to put your branding out there, or join the chamber's team. And you can get access to that link from our website. The ERG or ERG group that raises the most money as a team will be recognized by Allies in Hope this year. So there's somewhat of a competition going on to see if your groups can get involved. And the day of, Jack and I will be at the chamber's table in the sort of festival park area. Meet up with us right before the walk, and we can all get a group photo, march together as chamber impact partners, and really show just kind of the way all our companies are making a difference. There's the Lunch and Learn series, which today is our kickoff one, but after this month, we'll start doing topics that we hope will be beneficial to your groups. Right now, we have them set up quarterly. I'm really hoping if this program is of interest to folks that we can maybe move this to monthly. But for now, save the date for these three, and we'll be looking for other topics that are of interest. So if you ever have a topic that's coming up in your ERG, feel free to reach out to me and say, hey, could we do a lunch and learn about this topic, and maybe we can work it in or find someone who can help us. Maybe it's even a panel of experts that are within your own companies that could come together and share best practice. The leadership roundtables I mentioned earlier are a chance for just the ERG leaders to join. So whereas the lunch and learns are open to anyone, we want these spaces to be just for folks that hold an office within their ERG or BRG groups so that they can come together, share best practices, present to each other on what they're doing and what's working in their companies, and then also ask, how are you achieving your goals, so that hopefully we can create some real opportunities for learning and sharing. And then the day of service I mentioned earlier, we were really excited The Chamber's first annual day of service for the Workplace Alliance will be on April 13th in partnership with the Buffalo Bayou Partnership. And so we're really excited about this opportunity to show the rest of Houston that the LGBT community and our allies are here and we're an important part of the fabric of this city by giving back to the city in this way. We're really grateful to the Buffalo Bayou Partnership who are going out of their way to make space for us. So we hope that you as an ERG will make this a project of your calendar and that you'll sign up. And then come that day, wear your company pride shirts and really show off your brand while also joining us to give back to Houston. Now, there's one other event I want to turn it over to Tammy to really tell us about.
Okay, so as if what Ryan's already shared with you is not enough, and when I say that he's just getting started, that's an understatement. He has great plans and great plans to get you all engaged and support you as ERG BRGs. But one big event we have, keep in mind, part of your partnership with the Chamber is that you have a whole host of events that we do on a regular basis that are just general Chamber events. Ryan will mention some more of those in a short while, but one of them is this is our signature event, our Pride in Business Celebration and Awards. And if you have not been in the room for this luncheon, it is a remarkable, remarkable event. We expect somewhere between 600 or 700 people. We have a new venue this year. We're moving to the Hilton Americas, which is, they are excited to have us, a stellar downtown hotel if you've not been there. So it is going to be a great event. We're going to kick it off, of course, with our luncheon portion, but it's a Friday. And we always say, well, who wants to go back to work on a Friday? We're going to have a great after party right there at the Rooftop Lounge R24. So as soon as we finish the luncheon, we want to keep the community and connection going. But before we finish the luncheon, we're going to give away 11 Pride in Business Awards. And so I want to encourage you, we made the announcement yesterday. The nominations are open. Some of those Pride in Business Awards include Impact Partner of the Year, Employee Resource Group of the Year. So those are open for self-nominations. So we encourage you to get your nominations in. And then, of course, sponsorship opportunities are available for the Pride in Business Celebration. So we would love to see every one of our impact partners join us for what has become not only a signature event, but such an impactful event as we bring in special guests every year that really talk about their LGBTQ plus inclusion journey. It's not just someone speaking at you, but it is really a very moving conversation from some individual that really has made significant strides in their career and talking about what that journey has looked like. So again, it's going to be a great event. KHOU 11 is our media partner this year, once again. So make plans June 7th, and we look forward to seeing you.
Tammy, this is going to be my first time attending. I only got to join the after party last year, and that was fun, but I'm excited to be a part of the full event this year. So let me tell you all about one other thing that I'm really excited about building for another first for this year. The Chamber did a Workplace Alliance Summit in partnership with other chambers around Texas virtually. But this year, we're going to do one here in Houston that will be both in person and hopefully hybrid offerings as well to bring together all the leaders, just like I mentioned in the roundtable, but also maybe some other folks within your companies like the DEI folks or your supplier diversity folks, because we want to create some real learning opportunities where we could bring in some outside experts who work in this field, who understand this stuff, and really create a value add to you all with this day of professional development. So stay tuned for the date and location coming soon. I've only been with the Chamber 2 months, and I'm trying as hard as I can to get as many dates on the calendar as possible so folks have their year planned out. But coming soon, we'll have more information about that. And there will also be sponsorship opportunities for this event as well. So, Tammy, can you tell us a little bit more about how folks can support these events?
Yeah, so obviously attending the events as partners, impact partners, you have access to the event. There are sponsorship opportunities which offer some additional benefits. So you can email Ryan if you want to learn more about those sponsorship opportunities. But I just want to emphasize again that we have all of these general events that are happening outside of everything that Ryan's sharing with you under the Workplace Alliance. And you should use that to augment your calendar. We like to say we understand that for you all that are have the job of planning the events for your ERG or BRG, that we understand you have your day job and then there's your gay job. So that's a lot of work on top of that day job. So we encourage you use our events, and some of those events are drag bingo. As I mentioned, we do that every last Thursday of the month at Eureka Heights Brewery. And we have a member showcase there where we have some of our members showcasing some of their products, which is great. Our third Thursday breakfast is a tremendous opportunity to engage and make great connections, connect with community. We have some great topics coming up this year. Lambda Next Gen is our young professionals group. And part of your partnerships include a set number of those memberships as well for your young professionals within your company. And of course, Ryan mentioned our chamber holiday food and supply drive. Again, this has been an annual event that we do to give back to the community. We started this during the pandemic as our board, our leadership looked and said, our community is hurting. So what can we do to help our community? And we decided that we would start with a food drive that has now grown into really a food and supply drive. Our beneficiary this past year was Tony's Place, so supporting LGBTQ plus youth. These are great opportunities for your ERGs to connect and help us make a difference for our community. A couple of things that you'll be hearing more about. Show Your Pride. This will be our second year for our Show Your Pride campaign. This is a beautiful visual campaign of individuals with their photos with an incredible rainbow backdrop showing the joy of Pride Month. We ask those that are being photographed to give us 3 words. What does pride mean to you? And this was just such a powerful visual last year, especially coming off of a challenging year where our community needed to feel joy, to be engaged with one another. And we love this campaign because it's also a partnership with one of our amazing small businesses, a queer women minority owned business. And so it's a great partnership to help that particular business, but also to support our community. The photos will also be running on the electronic kiosks throughout the city of Houston. So get ready for a big announcement coming. This is a tremendous, tremendous opportunity. And Pride Nights, we love partnering with our sports teams. We do this every year. In fact, you'll be seeing shortly on the calendar, if it's not up yet, March 25th will be Houston Rockets Pride Night. We are in the process of planning Pride Nights with the Astros, the Dynamo Dash, and the Space Cowboys. And so we're working with them too. If you want to get some type of group sales for your ERG, we can help connect you. So you can just see 2024, we've already started the year. It's been a big January for us. We have so much going on and so much that we want to do in terms of supporting our members, our partners, and our community. And with that, let me just say, before Ryan starts a wrap up here, I want to say a huge, huge thank you to our impact partners. Your investment in the chamber has helped us fuel our work for the 8 years. In fact, we're getting ready. Our anniversary celebration is coming up on February 22nd. Your investment in our mission and our work has helped fuel the chamber, help fuel our growth, and help us do the work that we've been doing on the ground, whether it's businesses, communities, individuals. So we are incredibly, incredibly grateful for the investment that our partners make. Our partnerships, we underscore, should be mutually beneficial, and our Growing the Workplace Alliance program is exactly that. One of our commitments to help support you and help you all as you are working to create a more inclusive environment for your colleagues in your respective companies. So thank you for the incredible support. And if you are not an impact partner, reach out to Ryan. We invite you to learn more about how your company can join us as an impact partner as we really grow the work that we're doing this year and beyond. Right?
Tammy, I want to go back to the supply drive you mentioned. That's part of the sphere of impact for Serve, but it also is an opportunity for the whole chamber to get involved. I think it'll be really cool this year if ERG groups kind of set that as a goal to do a supply drive maybe in the month of November, so that when our event is coming together, folks could bring the supplies from their headquarters, maybe set up a box there, bring whatever you've been able to gather, and then drop it off as a company. It's a good branding opportunity, but it's also a good way to give back. And I know that our partners last year that were the beneficiaries, really, it changed a lot for their budget, didn't it?
It absolutely did. In fact, we raised such a good point, Ryan. We raised so much food and supplies for Tony's Place that they had to completely rework their budget. And that was, again, through the generous donations of some of our impact partners, and also, the community coming out. So reworking their budget. And then we had a virtual food drive as part of that. We were able to give them a nice check that funded, I think it was over 500 meals for LGBTQ plus youth. So when we think about making an impact, this food and supply drive is exactly that. And our impact partners can very much play an important role in helping us make a difference every holiday.
Yeah, well, so at this point, we want to open it up for folks who want to ask any questions. You can drop them in the chat. Tammy and I are glad to stay on and continue to talk to folks about the things we're offering. In the meantime, I do want to just say that throughout the year, I want to be a resource for you. Tammy, I was going to say Tammy wants me to, but we both want this. I want to be a resource for you all year. So if you have a service project you want to do, hey, Ryan, are there any charities that you can think of who could benefit? If you are looking for a vendor for something at your headquarters, a caterer or a event idea, we can point you in the direction of several of our chamber small business members and let you kind of look over our directory and see which ones might be of interest to you and your group. So throughout the year, if I can be of resource to you, please don't hesitate to email me. Even if I can't find the link to something, can you send it to me? Let me help you all grow your ERG engagement and help you get the most out of your chamber membership. Did folks have any other questions? Well, while we're giving folks just another minute to drop a chat, I do want to recognize our other chamber team members who are on the call. Jack Berger, our director of events, or as we say, director of fun. Also, our comms director, Celinda Prost, is here. Prost, sorry. And also thank you to Maureen, our executive administrator, for helping us run the logistics today. One last chance for questions.
And Ryan, I'll go ahead and just add, you mentioned the chamber directory. We want to encourage everybody. You can, if you're looking for, think about everything that you might need day to day in insurance. You need a dentist, you need a doctor, you need, fill in the blank. The chamber directory is there. It's public. It's on the website. We encourage you to be intentional about your spending so we can help elevate economic inclusion and economic opportunity in our community. You will be surprised with that intentional spending, the difference that can make. But it can make a difference for you when you walk through the door and know that you're valued because you are walking into a business or an organization that is very much committed and supportive of LGBTQ plus inclusion.
Exactly. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions, so let me just close here by saying this is going to be recorded and uploaded to our YouTube channel. So we're hopeful that folks who you think missed today but could benefit from it, you can send them the link. We're also going to be posting it on our social media and then posting this on our website. Throughout the year, we've got so much planned, and we're really excited to see your companies out at our events and hopefully then making connections throughout the year. So with that, I wish everybody a wonderful afternoon. Thank you for coming.